guys, welcome back to Exposed, and if I'm welcoming you back and you like it here, I'd love it if you stayed and subbed. I've had the fans on. I've just turned the one beside me off because I decided to put the dehumidifier on last night when I went to sleep, and I still can't cool this room down. And I don't want to record, I want to watch this video. Madam just came in to say goodnight. And she said, "Were you recording?" And I was like, "No, I should be." But I got caught up on TikTok and Twitter and YouTube. And she went, "Oh, like me then." So yeah, I've just spent the last however many hours procrastinating. I did a quick Janice watch video that you will have seen. But that was as much as I got done. I want to watch the 2-hour all my eyeshadow palettes video. Why are you not moving? Move, come on. Tell you, these comments, they rack up really quickly. Saying this about that. Greetings, Jules. Greetings to you too. You were the first one on that comments video. Carolina, always nice to hear you, Jules. Thank you very much. Wendy. Something very strange about this. Most senior and subsidised communities have laundry rooms. I thought that. She chose to go to a public laundromat to cry the blues under fabricated false circumstances. Also, if she was smart, she would have her imaginary friends help her set up a mini washer with a hookup hose that hooks right up to your sink. I've seen some that you can buy that they have in like Korea and that. And you can get them now on Temu or whatever, and it's like, I don't know, like a little bucket thing with a pump or whatever. But do you know what I mean? That's what I'd have. I wouldn't, well, if I didn't have a car. She has a car, and like you said, she's probably got a laundry underneath her apartment. But who knows with liars and fucking narcissists what they talk about. They never tell the truth, do they? Doodly-doodly-doo. So people who really live on fixed incomes know how this is all a load of bison excrement. Love your take on this. As usual, your impressions are right on point, 100%. Why is she worried about a lipstick? Exactly. My mother had 2 lipsticks for most of her life. They still came in real metal bullets. How cool, with ivory caps. Do you have them? Wouldn't it be cool if you still had them? One blue-toned red like fuchsia and one tomato red. They were highly scented like face powder used to be perfumed back in the day. Other than that, chapstick. I hope nobody feels sorry for this heifer. Also, with the money, the numbers are marked on each corner, and usually the backside of the bill has larger plain digits, so it's not really that easy to mistake. Okay, cool. Mistake them unless you really have very poor vision, which I do. But well, not really. I'm finding it hard to read this now, and this is on a 17-inch screen, so my eyes are getting worse. I need to get my eyes tested. Where are we? Anyway, thanks for letting me vent. Love your channel. The height of my YouTube online time is at your place. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you, Wendy. Oh, and most laundromats worth their weight in anything will have an app. You load the app with money, like a debit card or like your banking app. Then you scan the QR code from the washer into the app. Who would have thought that 20 years ago you could pay your laundry on a phone? I know, it's baffling my mind. Like I said, I've got a phone, but I don't use the damn thing. So Glenda's just playing it to the nth degree. Wow, she actually has guilt. That poor cat. Who lets a kitten go roam to the point that it gets inside a washer? Total moron. And who hadn't missed it? Do you know what I mean? And the first place you check is like a washing machine or whatever. Because you know, I was talking about that group that I used to be in. It was Happy Mums for Special Kids. Actually, one of the kids just messaged me on Messenger yesterday. He'll pop up every now and then and ask me a question. Not, hello, how are you? Nothing. It's like, why is the grass green? Do you know what I mean? And it's like, oh, hello. And I remember when he was little, his mum was going mad running around the house looking for him. She'd lost him and he was hiding in the washing machine. So, do you know what I mean? Most people would check it first before they turned it on. But what a horrible story to say on a video with no warning or anything. Fucking weirdo. Bonnie, I hope you feel better. Wouldn't bother me for a minute if you didn't do the carnivore video. I ended up doing it because a few people wanted it and it was like, oh, just she wound me up no end. Still got the headache, Bonnie. It won't go. Bonnie, do not let Jules away that easily. It's her duty to keep us laughing. I did it. Lol, that's true. She has an obligation. Whoops. I don't know what it is with this. It keeps falling off. I've got such a little head. I remember somebody else saying that. Wendy. Carnivore or not. If I'd lost that much weight and still looked like Miss Vibe thing, I would not be bragging. She can lose 30 stone. And unless she does body reshaping, it's just going to look like dried out version of the former diaper bar. Sorry, not sorry. I tell you, she looks worse now than when she had weight. I don't know what she's doing to herself. And it's definitely body dysmorphia or something. Because how can she look in the mirror and say she looks good? Especially with that bruise thing going on her arm. It's like, yeah, my gran had them just before she died. Hi Jules. Yes, you have to do the carnivore video. If I don't have you to reaffirm and justify my thoughts, how will I know I'm right? Well, I hope we agreed. Completely agree with you. Jules, get on with the video. I did it. Elizabeth. Moon Fairy. Jules, great to watch another video. Hope you're feeling better. Thank you. Susan. Jules, you must do the carnivore video. In the video, life coach Lisa tells us that she does feminine energy carnivore. I know. What the fuck is feminine energy carnivore? I made that the thumbnail, did you see? With a gormless face. Also, apparently, you have to lose weight and be thin in order to have better relationships and be happy. I've never heard such dumb bullshit in my entire life. I know. She was basically saying, I'm thin and pretty, and if you're not thin and pretty, you can just go die in a corner or something, and you'll have a shit life because you're not putting any effort in. Whatever. Elizabeth, so only thin people have successful and loving relationships. Apparently so, Elizabeth. Lisa is a walking skeleton with a very dubious relationship, lol, isn't she? And only thin people are healthy. Lisa isn't aware thin people die all the time from cancer and heart attacks. Exactly. My father-in-law got really ill with cancer, and his doctor had put him on this stupid diet, and my mother-in-law, she was like doing it to the nth degree, and so he was wasting away. There was nothing of him, and I was like, fuck this, the man needs something on his bones to fight it. So he drove us home to Wales and was staying overnight, so I cooked a Sunday roast. And Jed's like, Mum said he can't have, and I'm looking at Jed, and my father-in-law stood behind him, and he's just winking at me, and I was grinning, and it's like, I don't care what Mum says he can't have. And so he put the final nail in the coffin with me and her, because she phoned up and he was talking, and he went, oh, Julie's a great cook. And it was like, don't tell her that. She'll send that man that was on the roof for me. Susan, Lisa has a pancake butt and I have a bubble butt. I don't know which one's worse. Well, at least it's comfy to sit on a bubble butt. Mine gets so sore, I've got nothing. I've got no arse at all. Cece, yes please Jules, do her carnivore video. It's absolutely appalling. She's so defensive, wasn't she? It's totally on the defensive. Bo, hi Jules, it's the same to me whether you do the video or not. I don't need any advice from Lisa. I'm only interested in the haul videos. Same here. Deb, Merle was very close to sneaking a puppy into her New Jersey apartment because her subs were animal lovers and she knew it would bring her views. Thankfully, ex-subs knew what had happened to the pets from her past and contacted the landlord. He put the brakes on her plans. Wait, see, that's when People power works. I love it when people get together and it makes a difference. By the way, you're right. She's a Sagittarian. Fucking knew it. Yes, do the carnival. I knew you'd say yes, Hannah. I did it. Moon Fairy. Hello, Jules. Could not wait for you to do this video. Love all of them. Lisa's implants are almost down to her belly. I try not to look at them. Elizabeth. Lol. Well said. Botox, filters, and who knows what else. Bo, just a matter of time until she gets breast revision surgery to lift and replace the old implants. But she had that and she fucked it up. She got new ones and she was told wear a supportive bra, and what did she do? Bralettes. So I'm sorry. It's like, I don't know, buying a car and running it into the ground and then just buying another one. She doesn't care. Like you said, she'll probably get new ones because she didn't look after the old ones. And she got silicone. I thought everyone was getting rid of silicone and getting saline. I don't know what goes on in Lisa's head. Moon Fairy. She is definitely balding. Lisa would eat Chick-fil-A every day for lunch inside the car, eat Mexican food, etc. How could she have years of menopause symptoms? Exactly. Anything for attention. Drama-rama. What does a root canal have to do with carnival? Did I miss something? I felt like I missed the whole point of that story. I had no idea what she was going on about. Jules, I feel for you and your pain. I have rheumatoid arthritis. Ugh, my gran had that. That's no fun. Getting injections in my stomach every other week and cannot compare my flare-ups with your fibromyalgia discomfort. People that have got genuine chronic pain don't need to outdo people. Do you know what I mean? I know you're in pain by what you've said. You know I'm in pain from what I've said. Lisa is a drama queen. She hits her elbow, she's broken her arm. That type of, oh, I had hip pain. Yeah, it probably hurt a bit when you got out of the car. Not disabling hip pain that you've probably got and that I've got. Do you know what I mean? It's like I just hate people that lie. Her and Lardy, that do it for attention and sympathy when there's nothing wrong with them. That's what annoys me. Do injections in your stomach help? So now she's a dietitian. That voice is so creepy, isn't it? I don't know. My gran had a fucking... It's a wonder she didn't rattle. She used to take so many tablets, but then she had other things. She had rheumatoid arthritis and she had a problem with her heart. From what somebody said once, I can't remember exactly, but it's like it was... her heart was the wrong way round or something, because every time she ended up in hospital, and she was in hospital a lot, she used to end up with a load of student doctors around her poking and prodding her, and then she had an ulcer and it burst and they took 3/4 of her stomach away. And I said to Jed, I often wonder if those operations were the start of the gastric ones for weight loss, when they saw what happened to people, because she lost so much weight so quickly. She had nothing to fight with at the end. But yeah, I used to, when I was younger, she'd say, oh, can you go and get my tablets? And it was like 2 of the red ones, a blue one and an orange one, and it was like, well, we Roy G. Bivin this. But that's all she had was tablets, and I'm just wondering if they progressed now to injections. Do they help? Was the main question that I've just spent 20 minutes going around in circles. I hope it helps, and I hope you have manageable pain more than flares. Run for your lives. She's balding because of lack of nutrients. It's not uncommon in the carnivore crowd. Honestly, I dislike her so much. I hope she is sporting a full George Costanza by Christmas. Now I've got to go and see who he is. Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh, but whatever she looks like, she'll be better than us, of course. Didn't know menopause went on forever. Lol. She's 1 in a million, isn't she though, Elizabeth? Panda. Why go to an MD instead of a dentist for a toothache? Fucking dumb. See, that's what I didn't understand. I had this pain in my face and I went to the doctor and he said it's not that. Not what? What the fuck? I had no clue what that whole story was about. Confused the fucking arse off me. Wendy, by the way she goes on about her health, one would think she's been going through menopause for 10 years. She's had all those doctors and other medical practitioners in her life and she's going bald and becoming bitchier. Nice job on those hormone replacements, huh? But that's the thing, her doctors must cringe when they see her coming because she's running to them every 3 seconds. My nail fell off. I can't get out of my car. What did she get that because of? She called it after a bloke in some film that she was lusting over. It wasn't a film, was it? It was a series. And then she got her mum and dad to get her new tyres for it. What? That was a whole thing. Does anyone remember that? That was one of the weirdest stories ever. Wendy, laughed my arse off. She was living on restaurant food and the stuff she got in sweet gifts, and not to mention the snack hauls from Costco, and let us not forget who can handle a woman in a midlife crisis. I will say the spouse is no Tom Selleck, but really, if he was looking, I wouldn't blame him. For the tooth, it is fact that you can get 3,000 to 5,000 milligram over-the-counter pain reliever until the infection and inflammation subsides. Root canals cause more harm. She's a total idiot, along with her famed medical team. Morons. I remember I've got a tooth next to the one that fell out a while ago. Well, it didn't just fall out, it sort of crumbled into pieces. It was really weird. But the one beside it drove me mad for years. And I had this beautiful dentist a while back. And she said, she tried everything with it. And she said, maybe it needs a root canal. And I thought, I don't like the sound of that. She said, I'll see what I can do. And I went back the next time. She said, no, I know what we're going to do. And she put a gold crown on it. And I remember going in the day to get the crown fitted. And I went, oh, is that real gold? And she's like, yeah, it's real gold. And I'm like, cool. If I'm ever short of money, I can always pawn my tooth. But yeah, there's other things you can do. You don't have to do a root canal. She made it sound like there was no other option, didn't she? Stupid woman. Melanie, anyone else distracted by the massive moving sinkhole blowhole at the bottom of her neck? For example, 211 until the end. Yeah, Elizabeth talks about it all the time. She's like, there's nobody else see it.
It doesn't really mean a certain amount. It just means to be able to pay your bills. And
is it because she's really thin? I don't know. Elizabeth, I'm very disturbed. Could she have had a tracheotomy at some point? If that, no, you're laughing. That's not a real question, is it? They certainly wouldn't miss the spot if she ever needed one. That's true. At least they'd know where to cut, wouldn't they? Wendy, oh, and it improves the relationship that she got HRT after she was a pudge and libido in the toilet while fighting off the perv spouse unit. So of course relationships improve, except now, just like before, no friends, just shopping trips and pretending Sheila is a girlfriend instead of a shill for free jewellery. Laughing my ass off. Does anyone remember what she said about Sheila the first time she met her? And everyone says, oh, Lisa's such a nice lady, she's so sweet. No, she said, oh, it was amazing when I went to meet Sheila. The more time you spend with her, the prettier she looks. Meaning you didn't think she was pretty when you saw her first. Elizabeth, this really made me laugh. I remember having a blast with those two girls on there. I just heard a bit of it earlier when I was doing something, and it said, what was it? She says, it's ridiculous, all the gay people call men cigarettes, or whatever it was. I howled laughing with that. It was such a good night. Lardy hasn't changed at all. Nope. Love how it all started. Thanks, Jules, for sharing with us. Hugs. Hugs to you too, honey. It's a good listen. If anybody hasn't seen it, it's the one with Lardy looking like who's lost? The oh god, I can't think of anything lately. The foot. Bigfoot. She looks like Bigfoot from the back. Anyway, that one. It was a live I went on with some other people talking about lardy. So if you, I don't know, cleaning the bathroom or whatever, stick that on to keep you company, because it was really funny. They were the two of them were just too funny, too quick. It was great. Run for your lives. What would she do if she had my condition? I have hemochromatosis. It's a disorder that causes my body to store too much iron. If I eat too much meat, it could be fatal. Wow. Never heard of that. It pisses me off she promotes this diet because many people don't know they have this disease until they are asymptomatic. It's hard to detect. People could unwittingly be putting themselves at risk eating this way. P.S. Her IBS story is a crock of shit. She did this to be thin. Of course she did. That's fucking hell. Young people out there, oh, I want to be thin too. Whoa. So is there anything else you have to do other than not eat meat? That's just... See, who would have thought too much iron would be a problem when not enough iron's a problem? You'd think it'd be one of those things that the body would get rid of when it had enough. Do you know what I mean? It's like you normally pee out stuff that you don't need. And I'm not making much sense here, but that's a scary thing to think about that other people might not know. And she's like, oh yeah, just eat this shit all day and you'll be better. Elizabeth, I'm sorry about your condition. Warm hugs. That's what I love about the community here. Thank you. I feel fortunate as it's not as bad as other conditions. I just have to avoid meat and regular iron checks. Earth, Moon and Stars. I was told this runs in my family too. What were your symptoms? Wow. Joint pain and fatigue. Thought it was menopause, so had blood work and my iron was very high, so my doctor ran the test and it was positive. Do you get your blood drawn often to remove it? Last time I was there, my iron was in the normal range, so I'm managing it, thankfully. Not at that point yet. My daughter has a heme-related illness too. It's a genetic thing. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I have that too. You can donate blood every 3 months or so, and that will bring your iron down. Really? Wow. Who would have thought? Al McKinney, I call her, because it looks like thing, but it probably isn't. Yes, my doctor told me if we see it in the high range again, I can do that. I should. Anyway, honestly, I'm sorry you have it too. Are you managing all right? Yes, I'm good. It became apparent on my blood work as I entered menopause and stopped bleeding. My iron went way up, so donating blood every 3 months worked perfectly. Good luck to you. Can you eat meat though, Al? Now that you donate blood regularly, does that mean you're all right eating meat, or do you have to not eat meat too? Wow, I'm gonna have to look that up. I've never even heard of it. Sending you hugs. Run for your lives. Elizabeth, amazing how YouTube loves to make restrictions on what people comment, yet let certain people get away with scamming, grifting and begging. I know, isn't that the truth? Melanie, note to self, Google feminine energy carnivore recipes. I'm going to do that now. Let's see, what do we get? Female carnivore diet. Well, they're splitting it up into male and female, but not feminine energy. That's insane. 30-day meal plan for a female. Oh, that's her again. She interviewed Lisa, didn't she? She's as fucking dopey as Lisa is. I'm not looking. Not entertaining the idiots. Where are we? There. You know that I got stuck on TikTok watching restocked videos? Can I just show you this one? I'm sorry, this is insane. Look at this. doing? Eating it? I watched that and I was sat there like 5 minutes thinking, what? That's just madness. Bo, hey Melanie, check out my comment on what I found on Google. Have we not got to it yet? Because I've not seen it. Saying this about that. Greet, Jules. Thank you for more fun content. You're welcome, honey. Amanda. Once again, she showed some true colours in this one, including the support our local restaurants during lockdown, but who wants to eat that junky food? As for no Patreon content, I can't say I'm surprised. That fizzled out as soon as no one subscribed. I hope those that did get a refund. Yeah, they won't get a refund. Jules, all your observations are spot on. My dream would be a live, head-to-head, you and her. Oh, can you imagine? Melanie, another self-indulgent toot my own horn video, isn't it? I'm just perfect. Elizabeth, does anyone know what she's saying? I certainly don't. No clue. No. Rosalia, it's always and only about herself. Lisa is one sick cookie, isn't she? And she can't see it. Elizabeth. Jules, it wasn't anything. Crying, calling John. We've all been through menopause and possibly had a root canal and are still here living and loving. Honey, you haven't changed my life an iota, girl. Who's asked her to give a sermon in church? Airhead. I know, can you imagine? Oh, Pastor Bob, I've got a friend and she's going to come and give a talk in the church about feminine energy carnivore. Do you need a white jacket, Mrs. Jones? Are you having a funny day? Amanda, of course she's got Brooke onto this carnivore nonsense now. I guessed that when she said Brooke had lost a load of weight the other week. Since when has there been a Bond girl body? They have been very diverse looks, bodies, ethnicity, everything. Man, I want to slap her. Join the queue, Amanda. When she talks about John and husbands wanting you to be happy, how is that her first husband didn't aspire to that then? In fact, many women who are in abusive relationships can attest to men who don't care if you're happy. How the fuck is she going to do counselling? She has no idea about life, full stop. I know. I just found out today, I read something about Kate Beckinsale and I was like, oh, I wonder if she's related to Samantha. Samantha Beckinsale is an actress as well, and she was in the programme London's Burning. And in between jobs, I had to go and sign on in London, and I'm in the queue at the Dole office, and she was in front of me, and I was like, oh my God. And I gave her a funny look, obviously, and she just winked and smiled to say, yeah, it comes to us all, I'm out of work now. But I just wanted to look and see what is she doing now. And she was in a really abusive relationship. I don't know if she was married to him. He never touched her. It was all fucking mind games. And it's like, I just want to get all these narcs and all these abusive fuckers and stick them on Epstein's Island and leave them there. Cat Mama, I wonder if she's ever had an endoscopy, because my doctor told me that meat sits in the stomach for days before it digests. So she must have a lot of crap inside that stomach of hers. Oh, she says she's empty, Cat Mama. I had a pretty famous GI doctor and he said you should limit meat to small portions, just no more than twice a week. What she eats, I can't even imagine she can be healthy. She's more interested in being skinny than her health. What a buffoon. That's the thing, it's all about the way. She tries to make out it was for IBS. Bollocks, don't believe her. Panda, I'd have IBS if I dined out daily too. Processed foods dipped in MSG, I know. But she did. It'd be one place or the other. At one point it was Chick-fil-A, and then it was... what was the other chicken place she went to? Then it was McDonald's. I don't know. But she had the same thing day in, day out. And it was like, yeah, and you wonder why you're sick. Stupid woman. Bo, why is little Lisa always lying to her subs? Okay, right, for views and more subscribers. Please, sweet Jesus, help us make sense of all her nonsense. We just zone her out, just don't listen. That's what I do when she starts going on about nothing. Rosalia, hi Jules, hi. I just sounded like that thing. Hi. What was that? It's on Instagram or something. A little kid. Hi. Anyway, damn YouTube deleted all my comments to you lately. Wow. Why? Did you get that? Are you sure you want to say that, bollocks? Because if that pops up, just click yes. It's like, YouTube, we're grown-ups. Really? I'm a nurse and I can tell all for sure that the carnivore diet is the most unhealthy diet one can be on. Wait, people will start to have symptoms and diseases of their kidneys, colon cancer, liver disease, heart disease, very high cholesterol, diabetes, gallbladder disease, arteriosclerotic disease, affecting blood flow to your heart, brain, lower extremities. Just wait and see. All of these body dysfunction and disease in the near future. All medical science proves this is inevitable. She eats this way only for her weight. She is stupid. She is stupid. Thing was, I found that doing keto kept my blood sugar down. Because you're saying about diabetes. I was using keto. But I wasn't doing like her, do you know what I mean? It was like I was still eating veg and all the rest of it, but not high carb veg. Lately I've been trying like having a jacket potato with my dinner or a bit of rice with my dinner or whatever, because it's like, fuck it, I'm nearly 60 now. I'm not going to deny myself whatever, and I'm done checking my numbers because I can't be bothered. I should. But we don't get the stuff for free and it costs, so. But I am eating good considering. Apart from when I have popcorn, but hey. Elizabeth, how arrogant. I have a doctor who's willing to learn. I know. She said that with a straight face. Bonnie, amen to that. Melanie, I'd rather have a doctor that already knows. Exactly. No kidding. And why does she think she knows more than a doctor? Because she does, Bonnie. Because she's been listening to all these fucking quacks and weirdos on YouTube. Oh, he said. Who is he? Have you seen his fucking credentials? No. Barbara, there was so much about this video that bothered me. I don't even know where to begin. She's the most empty-headed, shallow person on earth, isn't she? Elizabeth, isn't Chick-fil-A and Diet Coke not junky? Exactly. When did Lisa ever learn to cook? She can't cook. And did you hear her? She has John standing outside with a golf umbrella in the rain. You've got a big fuck-off cooker in the house. What's that there for? I don't understand. Sorry. Makes no sense to me. Susan, Lisa needs to see a shrink. She needs a padded jacket and a padded room. Nah, she is a shrink. Bo, note to self, must weigh yourself every day and check to make sure you're in ketosis because that's what gets rid of IBS. Horse shit. Yep, sums it up, Bo. Bonnie, okay, I'm sitting here listening to her talking about her perspective of eating habits, which is fine, everyone's different, but hold the phone. I would like to know what the hell sitting with wealthy people has to do with eating carnivore. So, wealthy people are the only ones that have a brain. Who cares if her life insurance is worth $1 million? Are we bragging? Oh my God, she's getting way over her head, isn't she? Yeah. Wealthy people understand her, and she doesn't like sitting with fat people. Whatever. Wendy, my question would be to her asking why she needs life insurance. If everything happens to her, let's face it, she's not making $500,000 a year that her family would miss were anything to happen to her. Her husband was the only one bringing money into the family for a while, so I could understand having insurance on him when she is bringing up the kids. If anything were to happen to her, that's an automatic life insurance policy, in just saying the money she throws around on frivolous closet stuffing material and goods. But she is getting money though, Wendy. Them sponsorships, they pay well, and all the money she gets from Patreon now and YouTube and affiliate links and the whole thing, it all adds up. Rosalia, I think Lisa has hit her head on the bottom of the pool. She never goes in the pool, does she? She just walks around in it. She doesn't actually swim. Bonnie, the whole thing is strange. I don't understand. She might not be making $500,000, but she does make a pretty penny on her links that people click on. Yep. $19.59. How does she know when a person is unhealthy?
There can be someone at your table that is so unhealthy, that is so just, I'll leave it at unhealthy. There can be somebody at your table that's just so fat. It's like, oh, but she's such a nice lady. She doesn't look down on anyone. She'd never say anything horrible. When she starts these stories, her tone changes, and it's like, that's what she's normally like at home. I bet she runs people into the ground 24/7. Nasty piece of work, and I'm the one that's being told I'm mean. I can't wait for the day they all fucking wake up. Is she assuming a person's health by the way they look? She's something else. Shut up. Yeah, she's talking about fat people because she's perfectly thin. Oh, but Brooke will never be skinny. Who does that? Who talks about their child's weight? Ugh. Wendy, she falls into the stereotype. The cool girls in school thought everybody bigger than a size 6 who didn't have the newest clothes were lazy and stink. Meantime, her makeup was melting off from grease, and her feet stunk until someone sent her those foot scrubber sponge thingies shaped like a flower so she could scrub between her toes. And this was when she thought her life would be over if she had to have tennis shoes. Remember that? I never knew you had to clean between your toes. Okay. And you reckon your parents were the greatest parents ever? From Admiration, 2156. Okay, right, let's see what's happening there. What's that about? Admiration. And it was very nice. That is when you love having the conversation. That is when you love sharing that you...
Yeah, when people are admiring you and hanging on your every word and thinking you're the know-all, whatever. Important people interested in Lisa. Bet they were genuinely impressed by you. They were impressed by a scarecrow going to dinner trying to mingle with regular people. You can't even pronounce doctor correctly, please. They were probably trying to figure out what was wrong with her, weren't they? Wendy, ask her how many of those people became her imaginary girlfriends, or how many mansions she got invited to visit. She only started hanging with Sheila from getting free jewellery. Besides, who heard of her until she started sending stuff to Lisa? Self-aggrandising. Is that the first one? Elizabeth. Lisa, my dog loves to eat trees. What can I do, my guru? Go live in the desert. Bo, I'm sorry, but I can't stop commenting because this is so triggering for me. So she looks around everywhere she goes to see if everyone around her looks healthier and happier than her, for fuck's sake. Yep, she studies what I observe women. Elizabeth, hate to break it to you, but you are a natural bore, isn't she? Something my mum used to say. She'd put an anodyne to sleep. K-Ray, senile purpura, blood bruise on her arm. Yes. Yeah, my gran had them not long before she died. Her arms look like my grandmother's, and she can't see that. MJ Brownlee, 2359, calling bullshit.
And I can't remember if I know it's in the millions. I know it's at least $1 million, if not $2 million of life insurance. This is what they'll do.
She can't remember if it's 1 or 2 million. Who can't remember if they are insured for 1 or 2 million? I know exactly my husband's insured amount, and she seems to be exaggerating to feel more important. Exactly. Julie, she's getting harder and harder to listen to. She makes no sense. No, she's addled her brain with meat, hasn't she? Lauren, her vocabulary is of a 10-year-old now, isn't it? Bonnie, she's certainly tooting her own horn, isn't she? So condescending. Whoozia, yes, with a bobblehead shaking. He's a bobblehead, though. MJ Brownlee, low-key bragging about how she skates through life without really doing any hard work. I know, it pisses me off. Oh, that's right, she's a hustler, isn't she, Bonnie? Bo, so I googled and found this. Oh, you came back and right, okay. The Carnivore book encourages you to tap into your feminine energy and harness your strength to achieve your goals. Sounds like oh, for fuck's sake. Sounds like a guide to the carnivore cult. Did you see that? Wow. They actually said that. Have mercy. That's how I feel, Really? Jules, I think it's about the weight loss, 100%. It wasn't that long ago she ate whatever she wanted. In one video she said she wanted to look better in her clothes for her YouTube channel. I followed her for quite a few years until she started buying so many luxury items. So unrelatable now. Why do you think she married a much older man? Money. Entitled brat. Yep, totally agree with everything you said. MJ Brownlee, 3112. Girl, please. Little Miss Judgy.
I think, does everyone around me look healthier than me? And just do those things.
Just look at her face when she does that. Her nose looks huge. Her head looks huge. She just looks weird. Her profile now is weird.
Been taught for so long. But I want you to take a moment when you're out and look around and see how healthy people look. I do this in the airport. I do this when we're on vacation. I do this everywhere I go. And I think, does everyone around
there? Doesn't her... No. If you're proud of that, then I feel sorry for you, Lisa. You're a walking rotisserie chicken. What a snob. I guess that's what happens when a hillbilly gets a bit of cash flow and starts to travel a bit. Domestic, because surely she's never travelled internationally. Can you all imagine the way she would look down on other cultures and the way they live? Stay home, hillbilly. Watch your hair, granny. MJ Brownlee, her hair has a green tin after spending loads of cash. Yeah, I saw that and I was like, is it? And I look, it is. It's green. It's horrible. Yes, you're right. I didn't notice it until she said it. Jane, dumb fuck, you are not qualified to advise anyone about any subject. No, she isn't. Sit down, shut up. I'm going to be Nick Cannon. Sit your ass down. Bonnie, she has no right or degree to tell anyone that this is the right way. Has she ever read Reverse Heart Disease or How Not to Die? No, she only reads the books that confirm what she says. If they say something different, they're no good. She won't finish them. Jane, dumb fuck, if you hadn't lost weight on carnivore, you would not have continued. You really don't think anyone is stupid. You really don't think everyone is stupid, do you? It's all about you, and her. 3851. No! No one wants to know how Grandma is getting freaky with Grandpa.
It doesn't have to be in the dark. I'm happier He reaps a lot of the benefits.
That's funny. Can you imagine poor Will? Mum and Dad are at it like jackrabbits again. Fuck. She acts like she's the founder of the carnivore diet, doesn't she though, MJ Brownlee? Ewusia. No one has ever eaten meat before. She's the first. Wendy. Her and that knuckle dragger of a husband. 4411. So now she credits the scraggly little broken hair to carnivore, not the MLM she was pushing a while back. So she's been on carnivore for 4 years, and why hasn't it grown to full length then? Exactly. Lying about the lies they lie about.
That has come in, it's like a little Orphan Annie boof all over my head. So if I can get some length going on that.
And people believe her and buy into this shite. 4633. She was having a salad and washing it down with a Diet Coke. Maybe that combo was fucking up your stomach. She never gave up her Diet Coke though. Island dressing and threw the tomatoes out for the birds. We know, we watched you. Maybe if you'd had, what do they call a thingy diet? But there's a word and it's gone. Maybe if you ate different things on different days instead of eating exactly. I had to stick the fan on there for a second. I'm melting. Jar Jar, I didn't catch this. This is hilarious. Thank you for posting. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I had great fun. Tangi, what a horrible role model for her daughter, or any woman for that matter. All her self-worth and happiness is based on her weight. What a sad life. She's one of those skinnies is better than how a cake. Skinny feels better than how a cake tastes or whatever. It's like, yeah, whatever. Piss off. Trisha, oh my God, she observes people and can tell if they are healthy. I'm 78. Wow, are you? You don't look it, but I do not look my age. No, you don't. I'm thin and people say I look 10 years younger, but strangers don't know that I have a genetic condition that raises my LDL. My doctor told me that if I ate a lot of red meat, I would be at very high risk for a heart attack. Have you got that thing that Run for Your Lives has got? What would be the chances of 3 people having the same thing in a one chat room thing? YouTube channel. So I guess carnivore would probably kill me. Does she really think she can give out medical or diet advice? I also believe she's the queen of TMI. I just get so exasperated when I watch her. Love you, Jules. Thank you, Trisha. You should have a chat with the girls down below. LPH. I blame all those women with the lower IQ than her, if that's even possible, that listen to her bullshit and praise her. She's a joke. She shouldn't be talking about any subject, but especially health. Her hair and skin are proving that she's not healthy. She has an eating disorder. Who gets on a scale every single morning and records it in their journal? She's a... Oh, but it was for the IBS and the hip pain. Carolina, she has no idea what IBS is. Exactly. She was overweight and ate shit. Everyone gets stomachache from that. Carolina, entire summer in excruciating pain didn't stop her from shopping and spending a fortune on crap. This woman is delusional. Who believes this nonsense? I was in bed with a heat pad. I was rushed to hospital in an ambulance. IBS. She doesn't know the fucking meaning of IBS. Ewusia. Well, that was a lie from the pit of hell, right? Brooke, right? Christina. Mercy. The letters drama. Right up there with the Nordstrom curse. Lol. Isn't that true? She bends for lettuce. Honestly, she acts like it's fucking, I don't know, creosote or something, and it's gonna kill her. Fiona, what a boring diet. I'd be crying if I had to stick to that. Exactly. The thing is, though, you can do carnivore and have variety. But she doesn't. She's weird. Lauren, best Jules quote, extreme IBS, my arse. There's a programme called The Royal Family. If you ever get to see that, it's a really good comedy, and that's all he says, Jim Royal, my arse. And it's when Carolina Hearn's character was having a baby, and she went, we're thinking of calling him Keanu, and at the end of the episode all you hear is him going up to the toilet going, Keanu, my arse. Definitely. Christina, so the wealthy and politicians at her table are the only ones who get her. Good Lord. She wanted to drive that point home, didn't she? Didn't she though, Mrs. Cartwright? And I reckon that was a lie from start to finish. Melanie, they were just listening to her politely to make her feel comfortable. Lisa is such a narc, she truly believed they were interested. We know what was really going on in their heads. Exactly. Wendy, yeah. They were wondering amongst themselves whether Lisa was a dried up old porn star from the 90s or something who was trying way too hard, rolling on the floor laughing. 234 Della. The carnivore diet is very unhealthy. No research backs up purported benefits. This diet can increase the risk of disease because it's an acidic diet that's high in sodium and lacks key nutrients responsible for optimal health. Also high in saturated fat and LDL cholesterol. Lisa is encouraging people to be unhealthy and putting some people in danger because it lacks essential nutrients and unsafe for some people. I think the Mediterranean diet is the way to go. All she ever had to do was say, when people said, oh, you've lost weight, yeah, I'm doing carnivore. And when they said, what's that? She should have said, not being rude or anything, I'm not a doctor, so it's best you check with yours and Google it. But no, she thinks she knows everything. Fiona, she doesn't realise she's not a girl. She thinks she's the same age as Brooke, doesn't she? Lorena, for real, next to Brooke she looks like a grandma. Brooke, I hate when she calls herself a girl. As always, it's Lisa's fantasy land. No, you're not a girl, Lisa. None of us are anymore. Susan, her hair just keeps getting worse, doesn't it? Looks terrible in that video. Loves dogs. Lisa should look up what cattle and animals go through during the slaughter process. Temple Brandon is a starting point. Lisa should be forced to watch the process. Really. Oh, then there are biblical eating principles. She doesn't understand that just because she means well. Anyway. She doesn't understand that because she means well. Anyway, food sources are a very broad topic, and the way food is raised or grown is the determining factor, regardless how good it is for your body. Vegetables do not cause IBS, period. She's really becoming quite unbearable and rather insulting to the many viewers who are on the Epicurean level. What's the Epicurean level? I'm not that clever. Loves dogs, as you can see. I can't find an answer. You'll have to explain that to me, because I don't know what it is. But see, I'm big enough to say when I don't understand something. Doesn't mean you're stupid, it just means you only know what you know. Bonnie, I agree 100%. I grew up by the stockyards. I really try not to say anything about how people choose to eat. It's none of my business, but sometimes I just can't keep my mouth shut. I reckon if we all had to go out and slaughter our own dinner, we'd all be vegetarians. I've said it 100 times. It's very easy to walk down an aisle in a grocery shop and pick up a pack of bacon and pick up, you know, a chicken breast to cook or whatever, or a steak. But if you had to go and kill the animal and carve it and Wendy, I could see taking on a meat-dominant lifestyle if it were done by buying from private small farmers and ethical sourcing, grass finished and all that, and not just beef. She gets ribeyes from Walmart. I know. All that money and she buys the cheapest of food. It doesn't make sense, does it? Ooh, this is a long one. Carolina, last one, I promise. How could she share her daughter's weight exactly? Who's 24 publicly? First of all, who cares? Second, what kind of mother are you? Do you want her to become anorexic? Leave the poor girl alone. I know, that fucking irritated me to no end. Run for your lives. And the daughter weighs 118 and she says she'll never be skinny. What? Because she's what? What's Lisa, 112 or something now? Carolina. Can someone call Child Protective Services? If only. Charlene. Oh, that's horrible. Yep, that's Lisa. Bonnie. It's so hard to only make one comment. Wendy. I think she was having problems with her fabulous relationships with her exceptional family and marriage that turned her off to food, to be honest, and maybe even psychosomatic food rejections. She's very impressionable, and if the daughter grew up with that kind of influence, it's very possible. Rosalia, she's an awful mother, poor Brooke, and Will. It's terrible. It is, Brooke. They are over 18, not that I condone calling CPS, because believe me, they are no saviours. They're never there when you need them, are they? Nancy, laugh my arse off. I actually did. Glad you enjoyed it, Nancy. Robin, I'm sorry, but she's just talking out of her arse. Being thin does not mean you're healthy. Looks are all she cares about. What an uneducated, stupid idiot. Girly Tang, when I say that I have been waiting with bated breath, Jules, you make this insufferable hot North Carolina summer more bearable. Thank you for the chuckles. Thank you. That's really sweet. Frank Slayer, so much is just wrong with her video. She says junky food and she eats red meat burgers, fake cheese and Diet Coke. Oh my God. Does it get any worse? Second, she has a comb over and hanging on to hair strings. Hair health is indicative of diet. She's always talking about a waitress for years or a receptionist at a car dealership. Now she's going to be a life coach at people's churches. Lastly, Santa Fe, New Mexico is known for its intellectual crowd. They were being nice, placating to the sweet hillbilly. Exactly. Comb over. I am now. That's funny, isn't it, Miss Gracie Macy? Ballerman. Thin does not equate to healthy. Totally. Bay. Lisa is skinny fat. I think that's what they call it. Yep. But she'll never hear us. When she's talking about John's benefits of carnivore, I wonder if it was the same thing that happened with that hair growth serum shit she was pushing, saying his hair was growing. He still looks bald to me. Yeah, and me. Balder even. And yes, she's doing the same shit. Miss Cartwright, he did it for a whole day and reaped all those benefits. Craziness. I guess he's as ridiculous as her, or else he tells her whatever he thinks she wants to hear to appease her. I think that might be more to the point. Melanie. Yes, who knew one day of eating meat cured snoring, brain dead. I know. Funny, isn't it? Jar Jar, I'm speechless. What an arrogant blowhard. Yep. Bay. Anyone else notice the big dark brown spot on her right forearm? What is that? I never noticed it before. Could it be what I think it is? Sun damage or a growth? I think it's a bruise myself, Bay, but I could be wrong. Looks like a bruise, like what you get with thin skin. Bonnie. It's from skin thinning, you're right. She won't go to the doctor with that though, will she? Ballerman, I can't stop commenting. According to Harvard Health Publishing, the carnivore diet has some disadvantages. Keto diets, these diets can raise LDL cholesterol levels over time, and the carnivore diet is a type of keto diet. Kidney stones, gout, osteoporosis, these are longer term concerns about the carnivore diet. Kidney function, the high protein intake of the carnivore diet can impair the kidney function. Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health has also raised concerns about the carnivore diet, including gut health. Skipping fruits and vegetables can lead to a lack of fibre. Antioxidants. People miss out on carotenoids, and polyphenols, which have antioxidant properties and may lower the risk of chronic diseases. Saturated fat and cholesterol. Animal products contain high amounts of these. Planet. Industrial production of animal-based foods is harmful to the planet. And she's eating McDonald's pretend burgers and plastic cheese. Lured. Carnivore does not help IBS. She's full of it. She has a receding hairline. I've not noticed until now. Her hair is thinning a lot. It is, isn't it? Katnian. She has orthorexia. And if she had such an amazing doctor, they would figure out why she cannot eat anything but meat and get healthy. The fact she cannot digest anything else is not healthy. You are not healthy, Lisa, and your body is not working as it should. It's not that she can't eat it. She's telling herself that. She's cut out absolutely everything she can cut out. She cut out the butter. She cut out the extra bit of cheese. Anything. If she goes up even 0.1 of a pound when she weighs herself, that's it. She'll stop eating something else. It's fucking ridiculous. You are not healthy, Lisa, and your body is not working as it should. Atkins diet is not healthy, never was. Mediterranean diet is a healthy diet, for example. Look it up, Lisa, and try to think about what you're saying. You're thriving, but one piece of any vegetable will put you down for days. How is that thriving? I don't think it does, but I know what you're saying. Matt, lol, the title. Did you think it was funny too? Leah, insufferable, she is. User GF, you are so right, Jules, she's a shit mother. User GF, it pisses me off when she blames everything on the shingles vax. Exactly. I experienced nothing and had both shots. I hope they sue her ass off. Hope they sue her ass. Off topic, and a fun fact, I read that romaine lettuce is an anti-inflammatory. It's true. Who knew? Sylvia Young, I have had both vaccines too. She's stupid. Rosalia, the shingles vax does not have a side effect of hair loss. She did that all on her own by over-processing her hair dye for 3 days straight, so her hair broke off. Too much damage in such a short time. Exactly. Stupid. User GF. Oh no, that's that posted again. Sylvia, she's telling lies again. She never stops, Sylvia. Christine, sounds like Lisa only eats female cows, and she actually thinks she's inspiring to other women. I sure don't want to be one of them. God help Brooke if she puts on a few pounds, or she puts a few pounds back on. She looks bad enough clothed, let alone naked. I know, it's like, please don't show me your swimsuit. I don't want to see it. Panda, 2409. Life insurance is for people with young children. I thought it was for everybody.
From the company of the life insurance to your home to do your blood work. And I am going to link the video up here because I'll give you my exact...
I've bought fucking life insurance and nobody came out to the house. So is that a done thing in America? We just answer a load of questions, and if it turns out that you said you were well and you weren't, then they don't pay out. Simple. Generally not $1 million for adult children. The inflated coverage for a 54-year-old that shouldn't have much debt is interesting. It's another way of saying I earn so much. The self-promoting of wealth shows what she is, a carny. So she has her mum on it too, Lord. Mrs. Cartwright, I think so, because she said her mum eats rice sometimes. Why are they even listening to her? Charlene, oh my god, the feminine energy carnivore comment. What the hell? Oh no, it's just insane, isn't it? It makes no fucking sense. Yes, it is insane, Rosalia. Well, I'm going to have to watch this tomorrow. I'm too high for this shit tonight. If you're high, they might give you the giggles. You're probably better off watching it when you're high, to be fair. Oh, I need the fan on. I'm going to melt. How many more have we got? Ewoosia. It's clear she has an eating disorder. Unbelievably vapid to boot. I agree with you, Jules. One day with fibromyalgia, just one single solitary day. I would literally pay to see her cope with that. No cure, and looked down upon by doctors who are no help. Unable to do everything you used to be able to do, all the while raising a family. I'm also divorced for 14 years now, raising 2 children from toddler to adulthood, and one of them has acute, debilitating depression and has dropped out of school just before taking his final exams. Oh, depression's a git, isn't it? I'm working full-time as a solicitor throughout all this, from home, bed, as much as possible. Constant stress and exhaustion, and I had surgical menopause 5 years ago, so the symptoms were very sudden. Chronic pain and fatigue isolate you from friends who lose their patience. It's like a life sentence. Love your work, Jules. Sending you gentle hugs, Ewoosia. I couldn't have said it better myself. It's like Jane says, it's like being buried alive. It's fucking horrible. Bonnie, I love the commentary. The 3 of you are very funny. Good Lord, Lardy's a terrible person. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Bonnie. K-pops, actually. Hang on, give me a minute. I need to put the fan on for a second and have a drink. Sorry about that. K-pops. I think it's so sad that her daughter works for her. Why does her daughter work for her? Because Lisa is a domineering narc and she made her. Oh, you don't want to be doing what you're doing. It'd be so much better if you came and worked for me, and we could have so much fun, and we could do this and we could do that. And what work does she even do? She steams the clothes, she does B-roll, she follows Lisa around with a camera. I'm not sure what else. What for Lisa constitutes work? Why can't her daughter find her own job? She's 24 and privileged, for God's sake. How useless could she be? She did have a job, and Lisa made her leave it, obviously. Probably very. Lots of people have appalling parents, and she surely has too. But not everyone becomes a terrible adult. Exactly. Apparently MJ Brownlee. Apparently Lisa couldn't teach her daughter good work ethic, so now Brooke has to steam and probably be a keyboard warrior for Mummy. Oh yeah, she probably does that as well, doesn't she? Lorena, sorry. She probably and airhead like her mum, because Lisa never thought her better just to show her body to the world. Exactly. But she did have a job, and she got her esthetician's license, and she was working at Sephora, and she was on the benefit brow bar thing. I don't know if that was at Sephora. But yeah. Faye, makes me so angry. It's not eating all the processed crap that's making you better. All the processed sugar and processed sauces. Just whole fruit, veggies, fresh meat is good for us. Meat a few times a week, not every day. Makes me angry. Anyway, she's definitely run down. She's still sounding husky, and that bruise is a strange one. And as for Brooke, there's a photo of her smoking a stinky cigarette, probably not eating, with Lisa nagging her about her weight. That's probably what she's doing it for, to suppress her fucking appetite. Forgot to add, why is she using her hands and arms to talk now? Who wants to see them sucking old things? I don't know. Did they tell her to do that at the conference? Mrs. Cartwright, it seems she wanted to say overweight. She did, when referring to the ones asking her questions. And God forbid anyone ask her a challenging question in person or online. She will dismiss or delete. But wow, look at her sun-damaged skin and thinning hair, and she judges others on their appearance as to if they are healthy. Shaking my head. Her thinning hair could possibly be a vitamin deficiency from not eating properly. Her weight loss has aged her so much. If you look back at her older videos, you can clearly see she looks so much better and more healthy. She did. But she's so obsessed with being thin, it's obvious. She's convinced Brooke her value is in her appearance as well. Just so sad for them both, isn't it? Matt, why the fuck does her hair look so different? Maybe she took some extensions out. What do you reckon? Melanie, my daughter has a Bond girl body. Life must be wonderful when you're this delusional. She'd probably call him Bryce Bond, isn't she? Susan, I knew I'd have to comment again. That bruise she has on her arm, I remembered where I'd seen it before. My 90-year-old dad had it on his arm. Yep. Miss Gracie Macy, imagine being dumb enough to take any kind of advice from this ignorant, uneducated hillbilly. Makes you want to go over there and shout at them all, but I've tried. They don't listen. Susan, I see you all as smart, capable women. Smug, condescending bitch. Totally agree. Lisa didn't want to go for walks on the beach with her family because she felt fat and bloated. But now she struts her pancake ass all over the beach, hoping to attract admiring glances. She's sure she's getting those glances, but not for the reason she thinks. James, I have so much to say, but I will never stop typing. Take a gander at the following. Watch how she puts her gracious face and prayer hands to call out a lame compliment someone gave her at 33:30. And you think it's so funny.
Oh my God. Ms. Sunshine, that's probably the nicest compliment anyone has ever given me, because I try to be truly present. I had to turn this off because it just would have driven you crazy. I'm not screaming loud because I have neighbors, but
yeah, you don't know what screaming loud is. Like you thought a 7.5 pound baby was a teeny tiny baby. Weirdo. I know, I didn't get the... I like to be present. Bollocks as she spout in there. Anyone that needs to announce to an audience or even one-on-one that they are a good person most likely is not. She talks about being present as she's screaming at a dog that is blind. Present would be excusing yourself to aid your dog that you brought into your life. She did not ask for your lack thereof care, Laurie. I guarantee you, with proper vet visits, 1 per year minimum, Bella would have had slight vision and still traction on her feet, nails kept decent, and perhaps if there weren't moves done out of nowhere, she would have had a map idea of where she was going. Between being locked up and neglected beyond belief, that poor little girl broke my heart every time. I know, and then she's like, she moves stuff around, she gets fucking, I was going to say she gets hillbillies. She gets guinea pigs and puts their fucking cage where the food and water used to be, and then she's screaming at Bella for not knowing where she's going. How the fuck is she supposed to know where stuff is when you keep moving shit about? Why does she bitch about the politics of her channel to her viewers that are bored seeking entertainment? When I worked in sales, I never told customers about my sorrows and woes about sales. I do not know why she comes on her YouTube to bitch about her issues to viewers. She should handle concerns or issues of her own, of off of her videos with YouTube customer service. Call a pal, talk to the dogs. I do not know why she thought this format of vlogging was going to get her popular. It did quite the opposite, didn't it though? She would have been good at rage baiting. That's the new thing now, isn't it? To get views, you do something that you know is going to really piss people off. That's what she was rage baiting before rage baiting was a thing. Anyway, we've made it to the end. I can put the fan on. Whoop whoop. If you got here with me, thank you very much, and I will see you in the next one.